Hi everyone, welcome to the Intuitive Tutor. My name is Leonore. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I would like to discuss the interpretations of the Emperor and the Empress. I'm going to be using 4 different decks, so I want to pair them up with like the minors, the suits. I'm also going to pair them up with other majors. I would like to give you the meaning of the upright, reversal energies, as well as, how to interpret the cards when it's paired up with a minor or a suit or another major. Do you understand? So that's what we're going to do today, okay? But before I start, please subscribe if you haven't done so. I do have the link to Patreon in the description box, so if you're interested in becoming a student of intuitive reading, just look at the link. Hopefully that'll give you enough information. You could also email me if you need more information on the classes that I hold. They're individual classes that I hold, they're virtual classes that I hold, either through Skype or Zoom. Otherwise, you're more than welcome to just join me here on this channel. I try to come up with like 1 or 2 videos a week. And I do cater to both the advanced tarot readers and the beginners, okay? So the Emperor and the Empress. So the Empress is a feminine energy, right? The Emperor is a masculine energy. Now, fire is a masculine sign. So what are the masculine signs? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, which is all fire. And then the air signs are also masculine signs. All right. So despite the gender, it doesn't matter. You could have the energy of an Emperor card because you have masculine energy in your birth chart. Okay. Same thing with the feminine energy. Despite the gender, we all have feminine energy in our chart, right? Some people have more feminine energy than masculine energy in their birth chart, and some people have more masculine energy than feminine energy in their birth chart. Earth signs are feminine energy, okay? So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and then water signs are feminine energy. So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, okay? Remember that the Emperor and the Empress is higher than the suits. It's higher than a queen. It's higher than a king, okay? So just remember that. On the downside, the energy of the Emperor and the Empress in the reversal, if it does come up in the reverse, it's a whole different energy. So, in the reverse, to me, the Emperor and the Empress can be very authoritative, very controlling, very demanding, commanding, selfish, greedy, not attractive, even angry or lost of control, right? This is like the traditional Emperor and Empress image, but I have 3 other tarot decks that I would like to show you, both Emperor and Empress, right? This is the Sexual Magic Tarot. I'm sure you've seen this in a few channels if you listen to tarot reading on YouTube. The Sexual Magic Tarot, the depiction of the Emperor and the Empress is exactly how it should be. If you know anything about the Sexual Magic Tarot, the Sexual Magic Tarot it's very sexual, very sensual. To me, it does have some fallacy. I don't know, maybe you see it, maybe you don't. But that wand that he's holding is pretty phallic. But, it does remind me of the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is pretty phallic. And I told you already that the Emperor represents a fire sign. Anyway, fire signs are creative. They're passionate, they're sensual, they're sexual. That's a fire energy. It's a masculine energy. It's a phallic energy. So you could read the Emperor in the Sexual Magic Tarot, has being phallic. When I look at the Emperor in the Sexual Magic Tarot, I do see him very in control of his needs. He's choosy. He's very choosy about his lovers. I also see someone who's already married, already has his queen, his Empress, right? And just so you know, the Emperor and the Empress is a true pair. So for it to come out in your reading, you know, together, that's a true pair. That's what they call a true pair. Soulmates even. So let's look at the Empress in the Sexual Magic Tarot. You know, looking at the images always help. You know, she's very comfortable in her skin, right? Look at her. She's gorgeous. And that's always usually the depiction of the Empress and the Emperor. But the Empress even more so because they're represented by Venus. And Venus is all about beauty, creativity also. The five senses, you know, so anything that has to do with smell, touch, feeling, you know, taste, that is all very central, very second house, very Taurus. You know, where Libra, also, remember Libra is the other sign for Venus. So Libra represents relationships, right? It also represents contracts. So usually the Empress will be a married woman, right? She might have been divorced once. We don't know. The Queen of Pentacles holds that title of being the divorce. The divorcee, they call it. Even the Queen of Swords is a divorcee. But the Empress could hold that title too. However, the Empress is also very content with herself. She doesn't have to be married and divorced and remarried. If it is that energy, it is that energy. Again, very comfortable with her skin, a great dresser, attractive. So something very lustful about the energy of the serpent, something very demanding and in control about the serpent being in this tarot card, with the Empress, power, even powerful. You know, I see a shell here, like a conch. You know, the representation of the conch sort of reminds me of the energy of the staff that he's holding. You know, and I'm not gonna be very vulgar, but you use your imagination. Look at his staff. What does it look like? Right? And look at this conch. What does it look like? Right? I'm just pointing these things out because looking at the images always helps for those who have Game of Thrones in their collection. So if you've ever watched Game of Thrones, you'll know that this is Daenerys, right? The dragon, the dragon queen, I think she is, right? Or the mother of dragons, And then Jon Snow, right? So the Emperor is Jon Snow up in here, and then we have the Daenerys, right? Or the mother of dragons, right? So appropriate to have her as the Empress. And yet in the show, she's the mother of dragons because the Empress does represent a mother. Correct. If you ever watched Game of Thrones, you'll know that he's actually the heir to the throne. Okay, so, but he doesn't, I mean, I hate to be a spoiler alert. God, I hope that wasn't a spoiler. The last tarot deck I want to show you that represents the Emperor and the Empress is the African American Tarot. Please forgive me for those who know what these energies are, because they do mean something in the African regions, because it's the African American Tarot, and these are like Orishas. The African American tarot is very cultural, and it does represent a goddess, a god, or an Orisha, which is like a spirit guide, a saint, if you will. But we see her breast, right? And breast is it's a feminine, you know, body part, you know, it represents breastfeeding, nurturing. So you see her with an owl, you know, which represents wisdom. Yeah, the Empress is very wise, and experienced, you know, beautiful, you know, again, that very Venusian look. The Emperor here in the African American Tarot, interestingly enough, it also has, you know, two other animals, the elephant and the lion. I mean, these are two powerful animals. That also represents the Emperor energy. Strong, intimidating. Okay. All right. So let's move on to pairing up these cards. All right, let's pair it up. All right, I'm just going to pick whatever cards come out first. So I'm not going to waste too much time shuffling. It's whatever cards are here, I'm just going to take. The Emperor with the 4 Wands. Okay, so here we have somebody that is very, this is to me what you call king of their own house. There's a better word for that. To me, the Emperor with the 4 Wands means someone who is in command of their own home, who has a home, okay, that probably owns a huge house, pays its mortgage. This person, this Emperor energy here has their own home. The 4 Wands represents a union, if you could see, the 2 people in the back. But it could be any type of union, right? But most of all, people see it as marriage, right? Especially when you see the red ribbons here. It's very decorative of someone getting married, right? Looks like, they're about to throw their bouquet, So it does have that feeling of someone getting married, but it also, with the Emperor, it just represents somebody who's king of the castle, but meaning someone that probably has, their own home, who owns their own home. It could also represent somebody who is big boss of a company, or the boss of their own company. Let's say the Emperor was in the reverse with the 4 Wands. This to me means someone who is about to get divorced, not married, but divorced. To me, this is a father figure who is very strict in the home. Now let's get something with the Empress energy here. Why don't we get the King of Pentacles here? Empress with the King of Pentacles. Beautiful energy, right? Some of you may say, well, the Empress is still the head bitch in charge. Okay, so you see 2 people here, right? We have an Empress and a king, right? That's 2 people. But let's read it in 2 different ways. So the Empress with the King of Pentacles, this could be her husband. Someone who is a stay-at-home daddy. She's the boss. He's like stay-at-home daddy. The King of Pentacles is an earth energy. It's grounded, it is, someone who is working, who has money, who knows how to take care of his family, who is there for his family and provides for his family. So this could either be, the Empress, she has her own position at her job. She knows her role, either at home or outside of the home, or both in this case. And then she has like her husband or her wife, doesn't matter what gender, but to me, this is a married couple who has their, shit together. I want to be raised by these 2 people. All right. So let's say the King of Pentacles was in reverse and the Empress was in the upright. To me, this is someone who may be cheating on her husband or wife, partner. And even though she's in the upright, I don't like that this energy is in the reverse next to her. This is someone who splurges, who likes to splurge. A shopaholic is what I'm seeing here. All right, so let's do one more. Let's get the Game of Thrones and pair it up with another major. So the Emperor with the Judgment card. The white walkers. Oh my God, I cannot say that out of the Night King. Let's just move on. Let's just say Night King. The Night King, from going over the wall, because once it went over the wall, that's it. Again, these people would be turned into zombies. As a matter of fact, there's a good representation of a scene where the Night King is here with the other zombies and turns this whole village into zombies. These people were regular people before the Night King came around with his crew and started biting people, and now they're all rise. Like he's like, okay, now you got bit by my soldiers, right? My zombie soldiers. So these, humans in these village, are now becoming zombies. So his hands are like this because after they get bitten, you think they would die. It looks like they're dead and they're not going to be rising up or anything like that. But when he goes like this, as you could see, they do rise up, and they rise up as his part of his army, has zombies. So what do we have here? The Emperor with the Judgment card. This is somebody who you don't want to mess with. That's first and foremost. The power between these two energies is someone who is a great manifester in the physical realm and outside the physical realm. That's one energy I'm picking up because it's paired up with the Judgment card, and then it's specifically the Night King. But let's just go off the meaning of the Judgment card. So the Judgment is also a fire energy, just like the Emperor is a fire energy. So very strong fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, also Pluto, transformation. Judgment means transformation, purgatory even. It's just a very powerful energy in itself. So really depends what cards are surrounding this, but this to me tells me that someone is ready, that someone already made a decision and they're going to go by that decision. Or somebody's about to leave the relationship and that's the Emperor's final decision. Or the Emperor is judging someone. The Emperor is judging someone for what they did to them and others, and you will pay for it. Whatever it is that you will. This is retribution, transformation in someone's life. It won't be the Emperor, and if it is, it really depends on the energy surrounding it. All right, let's go to the Empress, and let's pair it up with the Six of Cups. So Six of Cups means memories, friendships, kinship, past life, even soulmates, right? It means a few other things too. I'm just looking at the dark. It's like there's a very dark background to it. There's something very mystical about the Empress and the Six of Cups. I do see the Empress, catching up with an old friend, catching up with an old lover, or vice versa. It's a potential reconciliation with the Six of Cups here, the Empress of the Six of Cups. It could be with an ex-husband or ex-wife, or a former lover that meant a lot to them, with the Six of Cups here. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say for now about the Emperor and the Empress and the representation. I hope you got something out of it. But join me next time. I will, do more of these. Bye.